Hi guys, welcome! In a previous episode of my Gunslinger guide series, we've discussed a pistol build for PVE and GVG. This time I'll take a closer look at another build for Gunslingers, which is the rifle physical skill damage build. This is the fourth and final episode of the series wherein we'll discuss the stats, skills, runes, equipment cards, and tips that can help you prepare for a specific Gunslinger build. Alright, without further ado, let's begin. Gunslingers can equip a rifle-type weapon which allows them to use physical damage skills that can deal massive single-target damage from afar and can even one-hit kill enemies in the battlefield. Thus, the rifle build is excellent for small-scale PvP combat such as in Wolf Arena and 6v6 team competition. The casting range of rifle skills is 7 to 10 meters and can even extend up to 20 meters with the help of the Eagle Eye buff and max second line of its star rune. This huge range also helps increase your DPS since the damage of rifle skills increase according to your distance from the target. The only drawback is that rifle skills need to charge first before the damage hits the target, so you must ensure that your target won't hide or walk away from your skill range. As an example, the absolute penetration skill needs to charge for at least 3 seconds to have a chance to instantly kill your target with a headshot. Thus, going for a sneaky and stealthy gameplay is necessary to prevent being detected and still be within the range of your target. Another advantage of using rifle skills is that it ignores the effects of light shield, auto guard, sword parry, and carry allocation, so your only concern will be hitting targets with high flee and mobility. First, let's discuss the important stats for this build. For stat point allocation, prioritize maxing out luck since it decreases your chance of dealing a direct headshot on enemies, which can instantly kill them. Your attack can also increase by 15 times your luck while absolute penetration is charging. Moreover, a high luck build would boost your physical damage when equipped with a Mastering Star card. Second, allot sufficient points on Dex, as it is a stat that primarily increases ranged physical attack. Hence, it will be the foundation for increasing your DPS. In addition, rifle skills do not ignore your target's flee, so you'll need Dex for boosting hit. As for the remaining points, you can allot it on Vit for survivability. There's also an option to put some points on Int due to the magical bullet passive skill and its Acer rune that can add up to 71% of your magic attack in the damage formula of rifle skills. However, based on testing, magic attack has minimal effect on damage calculation compared to physical attack, so it's still preferred to have more Vit than Int in PvP. Other stats that will enhance your rifle skill damage are range damage, physical damage increase, physical penetration, skill damage, ignore def, as well as race, size, and element damage modifiers. Up next, let's discuss the most important skills for this build. First, for the Gunslinger skill tree, prioritize putting points on the following skills. First is point shooting, which is a single target skill that deals physical damage from a range of 7 meters. Its damage can be further enhanced with these runes. I think this will be a good skill for farming, especially if the second line of this Class B rune is activated, since you'll no longer waste time reloading ammunition. Then we have the magical bullet passive skill, which adds 50% of your magic attack to attack and is then added in the damage calculation of rifle skills. This can be further increased to 71% with this Acer rune. Its breakthrough will also grant additional 10% magic attack. As for the remaining skill points, you can allot it on the following auxiliary skills: Level 5 Fallen Angel, Level 6 Warning Shot, Level 10 Alert, Level 10 Bulletproof Armor, Level 4 Frag Grenade, and Level 5 Smoke Grenade. Next, for the Rebellion 3rd job, the most important skills to get are: first is Crack Shot, which is a single target skill that charges for 0.5 seconds and then deals a massive physical damage from a range of 7 meters. It has lower cooldown and shorter charging time than absolute penetration, so it's more spammable. Next, we have the Rifling Upgrade passive skill, which increases the rifle auto attack and skill range by 3 meters. In addition, these Acer runes will increase rifle users' hit by 30 and the damage of rifle skills by 7% per meter. Thus, the farther you are from your target, the greater is the damage dealt. Then we have the double-sided coin skill, which grants a 2-minute buff depending if you flip heads or tails. If it's heads, your luck and magic attack will increase, but if it's tails, your agi and movement speed will increase. Only the stats from heads are essential for the rifle build, so you need to unlock the third line of this class S rune to ensure that you always get the stats from heads. As for the remaining points, you can allot it on the following auxiliary skills: Level 5 Magazine Expansion, Level 10 Take Cover, and Level 10 Blood Brand. Once you've changed into the Tyrant 4th job, you can prioritize allocating your time quicksand on the following skills. First is Absolute Penetration, which is the primary damaging skill for the rifle build. It charges for up to 5 seconds and then deals a massive physical neutral damage to your target. Ideally, you should fully charge this skill to deal maximum damage since every second of charging time increases its damage by 50%. You may also stop charging by moving your character and it will still deal damage to your target. As mentioned earlier, luck is important for the rifle build due to these two enhancement skills wherein luck increases your attack and the chance of instantly killing other players in PvP. As an example, if you have 400 luck and your target only has 100 luck, then you'll have 21% of dealing a direct headshot. Next, we have Force Dispel, which is a 1-second charging skill that deals physical damage and removes all buffs on the target. The target will be unable to reapply the buffs for 8 seconds, so this is perfect for removing the defensive buffs of your enemies. Another important skill is Eagle Eye, which is a 2-minute buff that widens your field of vision and increases your rifle skill range by 4 meters. However, you won't be able to move while Eagle Eye is active. Its star rune grants up to 20% ignore def, up to additional 5 meters skill range, and additional 5% headshot chance. Then we have the Range of Tyrant and its enhancement skill, which grants a 15-second buff that increases your pen by 30% and ignore def by 18%. If you kill a target while the buff is active, its duration will reset, so you will no longer need to recast it repeatedly. Other useful auxiliary skills that you should get are Fire Rain, Scarlet Curtain, Platinum Era, Execution, and Bounty. The general skill setup in PvP is to buff yourself first with Double-Sided Coin, the Rage of Tyrant, Bulletproof Armor, and Take Cover. Afterwards, go near the edge of the terrain to hide and cast Eagle Eye to increase your field of vision. Then cast Crimson Marker, Bounty, and Force Dispel on your target to severely weaken him. After that, immediately cast Absolute Penetration to kill the enemy. If the target is still alive, you can follow up with Crack Shot. Once you're out of bullets, just cast Fallen Angel or the manual reload skill. If you're going to use the rifle build for farming, just put Point Shooting, Double-Sided Coin, and the Rage of Tyrant in your auto skill bar and set your character to offline battle. Make sure that the class B rune for Point Shooting has a second line activated, which prevents the need to reload bullets. I don't suggest using other rifle skills for offline farming since they consume bullets and have charging time that will reduce your farming efficiency. To help improve your damage output, you may consume the following alloys and food buffs. Up next, let's discuss the most important runes to get. For Acer Monument, these are the runes that you should prioritize to help increase your damage output and utilization of skills. For advanced runes, these are the ones that you should prioritize. First is the Death's Glare Star rune with a third line effect to gain additional 5% headshot chance. Also aim for high values on the first 2 lines for boosting Ignore Def and rifle skill range. Second, we have the Flight Fire Shooting Star Class S rune, which unlocks the Guided Missile skill. Prioritize getting the third line and high value on the first line. Third is a Cheating Technique Class S rune with the third line activated to get both heads and tails effects of Double-Sided Coin. Fourth, we have the Tactical Maneuver Class S rune with third line effect to be able to reload your bullets instantly when casting Fallen Angel. Fifth is the Storm Troop Tactics Class S rune with third line effect which removes the cooldown of Take Cover. And last, for survivability, you can get the Potent Hormone Class S rune with third line effect to be able to use Adrenaline automatically when dying. It also grants HP restore per second and abnormal status resist. As for the attribute runes, prioritize upgrading the following to increase your damage. Up next, let's dive into the suggested equipment set and cards. As mentioned earlier, the stats that you should be looking for are as follows. For weapon, the only option is a Terminator Sniper Rifle, which increases luck, ignore death, range physical damage, and the damage multiplier for crack shot. Its Sin version, when refined to plus 15, will grant a total of 20 luck, 5% ignore death, 15% range physical damage, and 30% crack shot damage multiplier. It has side effect with the new armor sniper coat, which increases rifle's skill range by 1 meter. For weapon enchantment, aim for high luck or PDI stat, and arch or morale for 4th enchant. For weapon cards, you may use any of the following cards. Using a Ferroni Star card is ideal for increasing hit and skill damage. For offhand, the best in slot is either a High Refine Helion Bracelet or Eagle Flute due to the massive boost in range physical damage they grant. However, if you still lack Ignore Death stat, then it might be better to use a High Refine Rosa Chain or Voodoo Blade. For offhand enchantment, aim for High Luck or PDI stat and Armor Breaking for 4th enchant. For offhand cards, you may use any of the following cards. For armor, you can just use the new sniper coat in the early game. You can craft and upgrade it using the following materials. But from mid to late game, there are lots of options for ancient equipment available, so just choose any of the following depending on which stat you are lacking. You may also opt to use the synth version of sniper coat, which grants a total of 20 dex, 5% attack, 10% ignore death, and 10% physical damage at plus 15 refinement. Here are the materials for synthesizing sniper coat into Jaeger combat uniform. For armor enchantment, aim for high luck or PDI stat and arch or morale for 4th enchant. For armor cards, you may use any of the following cards. For garment, the best in slot is a high refined white Duke Manteau as it increases attack, ignore death, and skill damage. However, if you are going for a pure headshot build, then you should use a cloud undershirt with any refinement level for the plus 20 luck stat. For garment enchantment, just aim for high luck or PDI stat. For garment cards, you may use any of the following cards. For footgear, you may use the new sniper boots, which is exclusive for the Gunslinger class. Refining and upgrading it to tier 8 will grant a huge boost in offensive stats. Its synth version, when refined to plus 15, will be the best in slot as it increases percent attack and range damage. However, you may still use a St. Mary's cloth shoes if you already have one, as it is universal for all job classes. For footgear enchantment, just aim for a high luck or PDI stat. For footgear cards, you may use any of the following cards. For accessory, there's a new accessory exclusive for the Gunslinger class called Sniper Medal, which increases dex, ignore death, and range physical damage. You can craft and upgrade it using the following materials. Its synth version grants additional 3% range physical damage at plus 15 refinement. Other options are Dog Servant for increasing dex and range damage, Cat Paw Stamp for increasing dex and pen, or Lucky Star for increasing luck. For enchantment, just aim for a high luck or PDI stat. For accessory cards, you may use any of the following cards. For headgears, there's a lot of options for both gacha and non-gacha, so just choose the ones you already have that will give the highest boost in the following stats. As for enchantment, aside from getting high luck or hit stats, you should also aim for the following stats: physical damage increase or morale 4th enchant for face, morale 4th enchant for back, and physical damage increase or arch 4th enchant for tail. These headwear cards are also useful for the rifle build. Lastly, here are some other things you need to prepare in advance. First, prepare 88 Big Cat coins to avail of the multi-job function and change into Gunslinger. If you want, you can use the Cryptora Academy program to become 4th job in just 2 days. However, if you already have used up your chance, just save up enough job potions from events, Assistant Medal, and the Wasteland Spirit Tree. Second, for pets, you may capture the following pets that can increase your luck and other damage modifiers. Then use Talent Fruit to get the highest possible stats. Third, boost your raw stats further with Guild Blessing and Guild Prayers. For Guild Blessing, you need to max your Combat Blessing to 200. And then for Praying cards, prioritize Pen, Attack, Ignore Death, and Neutral damage. Fourth, for Oracle Mirror, you may choose to extract the attack attributes of any of the following gears, depending on your budget and the stat you are lacking. A high refined combustible knife for increasing physical penetration, a high refined chieftain's axe for a huge boost and ignore death, a high refined claw for higher percent attack, magical fox grass for boosting neutral damage, a high refined abrade bow for higher demi-human damage, or Holgrahan's refined hammer for breaking the enemy's weapon and armor. Fifth, for Ancient Relics, the options for blue relics are Wace's Sigh for boosting dex and percent attack, or Valkyrie's Protection for boosting ignore death. But for purple relics, you can go with either the True Sight or Ignore Flea relic. And lastly, invest in lots of attack unlock and deposit rewards in your adventure handbook. Unlocking the following multi-jobs will also provide additional attributes. Alright, so far we've discussed the stats, skills, runes, equipment cards, and tips to help you gear up for your Gunslinger's rifle skill build. I hope this series has helped you in building your Gunslinger for the different game content. Alright, that's it for this video guys. Don't forget to like if you enjoyed watching this guide. If you're new here, I would love you to consider subscribing by hitting the red subscribe button down below. I would love to have you back. Thank you for watching and see you in our next episode.